by William Holden. Hollywood's golden boy, an Oscar winner, the ruggedly handsome star of classics like Sunset Boulevard, Stalag 17, and Network. His on-screen charisma was undeniable. But what about his life off-screen, and what became of the children who grew up in the shadow of this towering and often complicated Hollywood legend? Today we're diving into the lives of William Holden's children, his adopted stepdaughter Virginia, his sons Peter West and Scott, and we'll also explore the persistent decades-long enigma surrounding a rumored fourth child, Arlene. Number 4. Virginia Holden. Gaines. Born Virginia Gaines. On November 17, 1937, in New York City, her biological parents were actors Brenda Marshall and Richard Gaines. After her parents divorced, her mother, Brenda, married William Holden in 1941. William Holden then formally adopted Virginia, and she became Virginia Holden. Virginia grew up in a blended Hollywood family, later gaining 2 half-brothers, Peter West and Scott Holden, William and Brenda's biological sons. While her parents' marriage lasted 3 decades, it was reportedly volatile, with separations and other romances. Virginia's most significant public contribution is her 2007 memoir, Growing Up with William Holden. In it, she paints a picture of what she calls a completely dysfunctional family. She describes her parents as career-focused and rather detached from the day-to-day interactions of raising a family. Their Hollywood home, with a full staff, felt like a small hotel to her, fostering a very formal relationship, even with her mother and stepfather. Despite this, Virginia reveals a poignant detail. She felt she received the only real affection from William Holden himself and his parents. This suggests a vital emotional connection with her stepfather, even amidst the family's complexities. Her memoir also offers a multifaceted view of Holden: the humanitarian, the animal rights activist, the art collector, and world traveler. But she's also frank about his struggles with alcoholism, which became more pronounced in the decade before his tragic death in 1981. Virginia's book is described as honest, provocative, and eye-opening, offering a rare, unvarnished look behind the Hollywood facade. Beyond her memoir, Virginia had a very brief foray into acting, with an uncredited role as a prostitute in the 1962 film Walk on the Wild Side. After that, she seems to have lived a predominantly private life. Number 3, Peter West, Holden. Born on November 17, 1943, in Los Angeles, to William Holden and Brenda Marshall. While some sources confusingly list him as adopted, strong genealogical evidence points to him being their biological son. West Holden shared his father's passion for acting, but he expressed it mainly through local theater productions, particularly in the Palm Springs, California area. An article in the Desert Sun titled "West Holden, More Than Just the Son of William Holden" suggests he was recognized for his own merits within that community. Friends and contemporaries reportedly regarded his acting skills as excellent. He was also interviewed alongside fellow actor Ken Rambo by TV journalist Gloria Greer about his work with thedeserttheater.org. This choice to pursue theater locally, rather than aiming for Hollywood film stardom, might indicate a desire for a less intensely scrutinized creative environment. Like his siblings, West was a beneficiary of his father's will, inheriting part of William Holden's gun collection and a share of his multi-million-dollar estate. Tragically, William Holden passed away on November 16, 1981, just 1 day before West's 38th birthday. Peter West Holden passed away in June 2014 at the age of 70. His ashes were scattered, mirroring his father's final arrangements. Number 2, Scott Porter. Holden, born on May 2, 1946 in Los Angeles, was William Holden and Brenda Marshall's younger biological son. He grew up alongside his older brother West and stepsister Virginia. For his higher education, Scott attended Menlo College School of Business Administration in Atherton, California, suggesting an early interest in paths beyond acting. However, Scott did briefly venture into the family profession in the early 1970s. He appeared in supporting roles in a few films, including 2 that starred his father: The Revengers, 1972, playing Lieutenant; Breezy, 1973, directed by Clint Eastwood, where he played veterinarian. He also had a role in Panhandle 38, 1972. Years later, in 1982, He had an uncredited role as corpse on beach in the aftermath. Scott's personal life included 2 marriages. His first was to Shirley Doris McGrath, the sister of his best friend from Menlo College. They married in 1976 and resided in Menlo Park for several years. Shirley passed away in 2002. His second marriage was to Claude Detroz in October 1979, a union that lasted over 25 years until Scott's death. Like his brother, Scott was named as a beneficiary in William Holden's will. In 1999, nearly 2 decades after his father's death, Scott appeared as Self-and-Weep son in an episode of the biography TV series, presumably one about William Holden, suggesting a willingness to share recollections of his father. Scott Porter Holden passed away on January 21, 2005, in San Diego, California, at the age of 58, due to lung cancer. His ashes were also scattered. At the time of his passing, his family requested that, in lieu of flowers, donations be made to organizations aiding child victims of the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, reflecting a compassionate worldview. Number 1. Arlene Holden. Now, we come to one of the most intriguing and persistent mysteries in the William Holden story. The question of Arlene Holden, also known as Arlene Newman or Arlene Crosby. Was she William Holden's unacknowledged first child? The narrative centers around actress Eva Mae Hoffman, also known by the stage name Eve Farrell. Eva was married to composer Emil Newman, brother of famed Hollywood composers Alfred and Lionel Newman. U.S. Census records from 1940 and 1950 confirm Eva living with Emil Newman and their children, William Robert Newman and Arlene Newman. However, there are strong, albeit often anecdotal claims of a long-term extramarital affair between William Holden and Eva Mae Hoffman lasting some 7 years. This rumored affair is the basis for the assertion that Holden fathered Arlene, and possibly her brother, William Robert Newman, as well. Arlene Newman later married Dennis Michael Crosby, one of Bing Crosby's sons. They had 2 daughters, Erin Colleen Crosby and Kelly Lee Crosby. Dennis also adopted Arlene's daughter from a previous marriage, Catherine Denise Crosby, who became the actress Denise Crosby, famous for her role in Star Trek: The Next Generation. If Holden was indeed Arlene's biological father, this would make Denise Crosby William Holden's granddaughter. As for Arlene Newman Crosby herself, she has maintained public silence on the matter. A note from Jill Newman in 2003 stated that Arlene will not comment on the paternity questions. William Holden never publicly acknowledged Arlene, or William Robert Newman as his children. The claims of a marriage between William Holden and Eva Mae Hoffman are highly unlikely, as Holden was married to Brenda Marshall from 19